Yeah, this is Point Black. Coming in hard and out the car. Coming with the flow straight from the barrio. Coming with the heat from the damn street. Coming with the facts, crack backs. You know what I'm saying? Boom bip to the line ass lips. Because this is what we must do in all ways. Because this is the late and the great edition. It's the late and the great edition. There we go. Now today, you know what I'm saying, we see Trumpy Bear, sends a brutal message to Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? The UFC commentator. It's coming in by DJ. You know what I'm saying? Look like Binance or something like that 2 days ago of the comeback joint news. You know what I'm saying? And we see where my man Reagan, you know what I'm saying, I guess the UFC commentator Joe Rogan hosts one of the most popular shows, you know what I'm saying, which I think it is. I think it's a very good show he had, you know what I'm saying, because he's really, putting in some good groundwork, you know what I'm saying, in his reporting and also keeping it real on that field, you see what I'm saying? And it's a very influential podcast in the world, as we see, having the president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, you know what I'm saying, on the show, you know what I'm saying, the experience will certainly, draw millions. It will draw millions to really see, for those, fans who love and hate Trump. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, we can't really get into the love and hate thing because really, you know what I'm saying, our country, have much to do, you know what I'm saying, in more ways than yeah, and I was saying, you know what I'm saying, that show would be a good show. You know what I mean? That Joe Rogan and Donald J. Trump on a one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? According to what, my man on the comeback is saying, he's saying the mere discussion of Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying, on the blockbuster cast like Joe Rogan, would build a memorable audience. You know what I'm saying? Trump advisors certainly told the Daily Beast, you know what I'm saying, the Daily Beast, perhaps the only person bigger in the media, you know what I'm saying, in the media world than Joe Rogan, I say, is Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States. And the whole idea that the two of them, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, on the podcast, you know what I'm saying, how far Rogan has, rebuffed every single one because he doesn't want to help Trump. Well, according to what he's saying, it is. But I'm not, a Trump, supporter, you know what I'm saying, in any way, shape, or form. Rogan told Alexa, I guess his name is Fredman, podcast in early July. I've had an opportunity to have him on my show more than once. I've said no every time. I don't want to help him. I'm not interested in helping him, according to the Daily Beast. However, Trump advisors aren't giving up, you know what I'm saying, long-time informal advisor, Roger Stone, has even, I guess, he has even devised a strange plan to pressure Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Some advise Trump that the one way to get on the podcast is to attack the podcaster. You know what I'm saying? So far, however, his efforts, have proved, fruitless. You know what I'm saying? The post Donald J. Trump sent brutal message to Joe Rogan appeared first on the comeback today top story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. I just think in the long run, when we look at this, I think that it would make for a good Now, Joe Rogan say he doesn't want to help Trump. We understand it's his choice, it's his podcast, so and so. You know what I'm saying? But if Donald Trump was to ask me in general, not saying that it will happen or even come close, so I'm just giving up for instance, would ask me to come on my show and do a podcast, I would let him. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be a 100% Trump supporter. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 100% truth supporter in more ways than one, if that would be the case. You know what I'm saying? I would be seeking the truth. And those are the type of podcasts sometimes that, people pretend to say they're doing, and in more ways than one, they're blurring around because they're really on the other side probably. But they have to keep it in their musical compound. You know what I'm saying? And whether he wants to help Trump or not, that's his decision. Everybody have a right to make their own decision based on that. You know what I'm saying? But I think it would be nice to see Rogan and Donald Trump on that podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if it were my podcast, he would definitely be coming up there. You know what I'm saying? Creepy ass Joe Biden as well too. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to interview all of them. You know what I'm saying? They might not like it or it might not come, but that's the case. But in this case, I think it would be very influential. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's trying to he's a demon democratical mind frame or neutral in all forms, and he basically feel that it would be this and it would be that. Maybe he knows something we don't know, or whatever the case may be, and he has his faults against Trump and he don't want to help him. It's not about helping him. It's about getting everybody's story, you know what I'm saying, on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Too much of these podcasts seem to have two sides, not even saying the two sides based on the demon Democrat or the Republican or the independent or whatever party they may cling to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they too built on, you know what I'm saying, their own party, their own group and how they want to move, rather than us looking at the picture from all. And then you're not presenting a good candidate or a strong candidate, or you're not saying anything at all based on the world we live in, but you're basically, you are there saying this and saying that and doing this report and doing that report. But we need to work on the foundations of understanding how the system is built and work, because many people have this, many people have that. You know what I'm saying? If you have a podcast and you have the ability to put that into perspective, that people look in the rightful directions as to the government, in which has put the government, that it has the power over their head, you know what I'm saying, which is the truth, because in order for us to get things done, we do have to go through the governmental processes. So therefore, if we have this heavy government on our head, and the government is heavy because we elected those people, or the people elected those people in order to be up there and call themselves having some kind of overstanding of doing the people's business, but in essence they more on the Gestapo, more like on the more like on a dictatorship level. That's not good. So therefore we have to start to make sure that the news that comes out, like John F. Kennedy said, the Democrat, you know what I'm saying, at that time, and I believe he would be a Republican now, like he said, you know what I'm saying, we cannot allow those type of things. Now we know what to allow and what not to allow, but when you look at the garbage that's going on across the planet for all these years against many different races of people, many different kinds of people, and all this different stuff going on, in the nastiness, you know what I'm saying, some things has to come to a full where that has to ease off to the side now. You know what I'm saying? And we're not seeing that. All we see is a rapidization of this new world order type, old world order, calling it new world order in activation of this time. Bullshit. And nobody wants to live in chaos. Thank goodness, many of us probably won't be. But, sad to say that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, nobody wants to live in that. Nobody wants to continuously see the type of garbage. You know what I'm saying? And this has been going on to where, you know what I'm saying, it'll literally make certain people lose their mind. You know what I'm saying? As to how they look at what's going on, how they affiliate themselves in what they affiliate into. You know what I'm saying? So in essence, what I'm saying is, in more ways than one, Joe Rogan should have more reporter type podcasts instead of one-sided, you know what I'm saying? Because it seems like, to me, he has something against Donald J. Trump. That's his choice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own opinion. But like I said, he would make one hell of a podcast. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? That is Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We see, you know what I'm saying, an international joke, Joe Biden, ripped apart for claiming his administration has, effectively end cancer as we know it. Yeah. Um, is he saying it or is he proving it? Where's the proof? It's nice to say things and make joke and have all these things on the news and everybody up there, with a bunch of black people in the back clapping and everything, you know what I'm saying? It's nice to see that stupidness, but if you can't prove the claim, then why is he making the claim that, his administration has cured cancer? Cured how? You know what I'm saying? People are still dying. You're making a joke because you, the demon Democrats, and many of y'all losers or twisted suckers in our government has been putting stuff in the pool like trans fat, manuka light. When you look at the label, you got about 100 different ingredients in it that should not even be in the ingredients at all in an attempt to drive this type of ideology or medical process in order to keep the money flowing, I guess, in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? We see a lot of garbage. You know what I'm saying? And then now you jump up and saying that you have a cure for something that to me y'all caused in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So, we see this round and around. Now, let's keep this in mind. We see the round and around. You know what I'm saying? But we see, an 8-year-old boy grazed by gunfire in Medford. Victim's sister say about 7 to 8 shots were fired. Okay. We're beginning to see a whole lot of things going on across town. You know what I'm saying? And we still ain't seeing no headway to the real matter that should be the game. We see op-ed, you know what I'm saying? Demon Democrats are playing the dollar game on sewers. We need true answers and transparency. You know what I'm saying? True answers and transparency. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, we need more transparency and more help from many people on Long Island, you know what I'm saying? Especially in Suffolk County. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people forget about people in Suffolk County. As if when they say Suffolk County or Long Island, you're talking about the Hamptons. But the Hamptons is not the whole thing. The only part to the Hamptons that truly is the Hamptons, you know what I'm saying, is probably East Quogue, Hampton Bays, or you could just say Hampton Bays, you know what I'm saying, Southampton, Bridgehampton, East Hampton, you know what I'm saying, and that's it. That's really probably most of what the Hamptons consist of, you know what I'm saying, not everywhere else on the island, you know what I'm saying. So we see a lot of that, and especially on the bipartisan vote, you know what I'm saying, is, the month, Suffolk County, I guess, legislature frees the Democrats administration, possible huge tax dollar. But what we see here, I don't understand why it is, you know what I'm saying. And then they tried to hide the transparency or even the very shakedown of the message in what you put out for the people in Suffolk County. We have to start being more transparent on Long Island. And you can believe that might never happen. Especially when it comes to many of these things. You know what I'm saying? On many of these things. Let's see what we have here. You know what I mean? Let's see what we have here. In more ways than one. Let's find out what's going on here. And from what we see in here on this level, we have a bipartisan vote last month by the Suffolk County Legislature to freeze the Democrat administration. Freeze the Democrat administration. Merck's last-minute proposal to spread huge tax dollars on new bureaucracy, for alleged sewers. You know what I'm saying? people was the right bureaucracy, alleged sewers, protect what the sewer project was the right decision. The plan was look more like a political slush fund, slush fund for political hacks. You know what? I'm not too surprised at anything that go on in Suffolk County in any shape or form, because a lot of people sit up here and don't realize that, just like you're looking at the election in Washington, D.C., you should be looking at what's going on around here. You know what I'm saying? It's very important, especially as people moving into the area, crowding up the area. Suffolk County is not that big. You know what I'm saying? Suffolk County is really, to me, can really run out of space in a short period of time. You know what I'm saying? So when we look at the government and what its transparency is, even on the black people that live in Suffolk County and many other groups, that live in Suffolk County, we see, they having very prosperous overstanding. And then when we try to seek help, the major problem is rent. More black people need to have good rental situation, especially after what we see that black people happen to black people all across America time and time again. Our ancestors paid the price and we ruled the horse, all the way through every battlefield as well. Even though, we were fighting for those which was not necessarily for us. So black people right now should be getting all types of benefits. Like I said, reparations doesn't always have to come in money form as cash in your hands. Reparation can come in many other ways, that will show that you're showing respect to black people and what you have done, your ancestors have done to my ancestors that put us in this position and you in yours. So we have to start looking at this from a better perspective and be more strong in our promises and not just lie to the people while you keep them in complete poverty, disadvantage, and no economic or strong status, and then put in the way many distractions and hurdles, that cause great setback. So we know what we see. But we see that Texas becomes the 9th state to resign from the Eric. This is coming in by Joseph, look like Greeny or whatever. I don't know. 2 days ago, I'm not gonna struggle with your name coming off the BP. Coming out the BP. I guess it's called the Ballot Media News. You see the Texas flag up there. Looking at France involved. But on July 20th, Texas becomes the 9th state to resign from the Electronic Registration Information Center, the ERIC, in 2023, the 9th state overall. The ERIC is a multi-state voters list maintenance organization, initially established in 2012 by a group of chief election officials from 7 states. By 2022, 33 states were participating members in ERIC. ERIC 33 in 2022, but it was established in 2012. ERIC say its mission is to assist states in improving the accuracy of American voter roll and increasing access to voter registration for all eligible citizens. States that join ERIC agree to share their voters' registration and licenses and identifications data for data from motor vehicle department every 60 days. Eric then complied. This data compiles this data and subsequently released a series of voter list maintenance reports. You know what I'm saying? Texas Director of Elections, Christina Atkins, submit state's registration letters to Eric on July 20th. The withdrawal will become effective on October 19, 2023, per Eric via law. Alice Pierce, you know what I'm saying, a representative of Texas Secretary of State Jane Nelson, said compliance with the state bill 1070 was the reason for the Texas withdrawal. You know what I'm saying? The SB 1070, which Governor Greg Abbott, Republican, signed on June 18, it included provisions that made compliance with Eric by law effectively impossible to direct the Texas Secretary of State to develop a new voters registration data sharing compact or find a new program with annual due less than 100,000. The Texas State Senate approved the SB 1070 by a vote of 26-4 on April 12, and the Texas House of Representatives passed the bill, you know what I'm saying, 85-61 on May 23rd. The Texas Republican Party, which supported the state withdrawal from Eric, said that the SB 1070 Eric membership, you know what I'm saying, agreement collects an expensive amount of personal identifiable, you know what I'm saying, information and data related to elections, going far beyond the requirements of our interstate, you know what I'm saying, cross-check program. 33, huh? All right. Well, you make your decision on that one. But we see the U.S.-Mexican border chaos could break out after judge blocks Creep Joe Biden, asylum seeker. You know what I'm saying? As we see the U.S.-Mexican border chaos could break out after judge blocks Creep Joe Biden's, you know what I'm saying, creepy-ass Joe Biden, asylum policies. You know what I'm saying? This is coming in by Mary Ann Martinez 2 days ago of the New York Post. I'm still waiting there. Nice to hear these Latino names all across the post in the media, but it seems like a lot of racism. So I don't hear much black people or see much of that. Were they hiding? But chaos could break out at the southern border as the federal judge has blocked the two key Joe Biden administration policies for asylum seekers, leaving the door open for a wave of migrants to show up at the border claiming asylum. The federal judge in California struck down two Biden policies requiring the use of the CBP-1 apps to make an appointment to enter the country legally and seek asylum, as well as the rule saying asylum seekers must apply for protection in other countries they travel through before they seek refuge in the United States. Both policies have been championed by the back that up again. The federal judge in California struck down creepy ass nutcase Luciferian Biden required use of the CBP One app. Oh yeah, to make an appointment to enter the country legally and seek asylum, as well as a rule saying asylum seekers must apply for protection in other countries they travel through before they seek it. Both policies have been championed by the House as the reason the number of illegal crossings at the border have plummeted since May, when both became requirement. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The rule, which has been in effect for 2 months, cannot remain in place. U.S. District Court John Tigger, you know what I'm saying, of North Carolina wrote, ruling in favor of migrant advocates. Those requirements would be, you know what I'm saying, nullified after 2 weeks unless the White House, you know what I'm saying, appeals the decision, which the federal government said its plans to do quickly. In the statement from the Department of Homeland Security, with that crooked ass, the agency in charge of the border. Yeah, in charge of what border? You see, they keep thinking the whole land to get you down to the border. What border? What border is he talking about? Letting a 100 zillion people from a whole, that's like dumping a whole of everybody that's in Europe into America. You know what I'm saying? You know, suppose everybody in Europe wanted to come to America, you just drop everybody from the whole of Europe. Belgium, France, Denmark, all those countries come right on in to the United States, and we all can be nice and happy and full. And then we have all the people coming from South America, Venezuela, Ecuador, all the countries over there, you know, and it's bigger than the United States. So, you know what I'm saying? We can plug them all in to the United States, and we're gonna be happy and full. You know what I'm saying? What border? This is no more than a deep and democratical plan of some sort. I don't care what you say. I don't know. Maybe it's a deep state as well. You know what I'm saying? And the deep state is involved in this in all ways because Joe Biden is deep state. That's a fact. So is Anthony Pope actually killing motherfucking weed. So, you know what I mean? Let's just be honest with ourselves here. You know what I'm saying? When would you see something like that happen where you dump every single other country into our country from all different directions and more, and there's no border check, there's no border monitoring, there's no population control based on not population control on freedom, population control on how many people can come into the country and overload the country. We have to be understandable about this. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one.